This is Guru Ano. I just saw One Piece chapter 738. I gotta admit, I was out astounded by Sugar. Literally astounded. You have to start off with Usopp, Robin, and the dwarves. Still thinking about getting in there to do that to use that sauce and all of that. And out of nowhere, Trevor, I don't know what pronunciation or what translation it will be or whatever translation we're using, he uses his ability, and I swear to God, I swear to God, it's a Logia, I swear. You saw the way his finger went? I mean, that has to be a Logia. It has to, unless it's like some Mr. 3 wax type stuff or some or like some prison warden Magellan type of thing where it looks like a Logia user, it acts like a Logia user, but they can't transform like a Logia user. But 9 times out of 10, he did most of that stuff. His body looks sticky and gooey. He looks his his body stretches all stiff. I got it. I swear to God, it's Logan. If it's not, I'll be ticked the freak off. But he uses his finger, flicks. He does some flicking attack or something like that to destroy a fly. This thing, like the attack, burst out the other side of the building to the outside. And all the toys working looked up at it, alarmed and stuff. And then Sugar was like, "What was that?" He like, "Oh, I just killed the fly." And then so the dwarves were like, I think Leo, the dwarf with the little sauce, he was like, "Well, let me go in there. It's not gonna actually. He can't hit me. I'm too fast." Then Robin was like, "No, did you see what he did to the fly?" She was like, "He hit the fly right between the eyes. Like he has incredible eyesight, incredible accuracy." I'm like, "Dang right. If he freaking touch it, if he freaking gets Leo, that's a one shotter. That's a dead KO right there. Unless you're super strong, you can use hockey. And I'm yet to see a dwarf use hockey here. That's KO. That's an instant KO." But Robin came up with it in a way. Uh, Robin came up with it in a way. She dressed up like she was like one of the people working in the thing. But then they switched to the scene. Like earlier on, they switched to the scene like where like there was some dwarves working in like the SAD, the SAD factory or something like that. And all you can see all these tanks and this in that liquid being poured into this river or something like that in the factory, and some trees, and then these dwarves working, and then like this dude looked at the stuff, and he picked up a fruit, and they had all these rings on it. And the weird thing about these ones were like there wasn't rings all the way around. It just stopped like halfway down and it faded. And then the dude whipped them. He's like, "You can't, like, this isn't even this doesn't even have became a smiley devil fruit yet." And it was like, and he was like, "I thought you dwarves could grow anything." And they was like, "Well, this is our natural plant." He still whipped them, told them not to make excuses and stuff. And it turns out they're not, they're being forced to work there. I mean, well, that's common sense, and they're being forced to work there, but they're being lied to about it, as if, okay, you work for us, you'll get to see your queen again. And then they asked, "Hey, can we see our queen?" And he was like, "You might get sick." And I was like, "Well, it's okay, we'll get sick." I'm like, oh my God. And even the dude had to admit, they fell for that lie. And I don't know what's sadder. I was kind of like sad in a good way because they cared so much about it. It's sad again because they was freaking being forced to work like slaves there. But back to Robin. Robin tried to tried she was trying to lure Treble away from Sugar, telling him that there was an outbreak and all of that down there, and there was some fighting going on. And I'm like, "You're the bodyguard of Sugar," and he left without thinking twice. He just simply locked. He 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 did lock the thing and try to get more guards at the entrances all around. But I'm like, still, you left. I'm like, you're supposed to be a bodyguard. This is the one person that holds who holds Doflamingo's key hold over Dressrosa, and you walked away to deal with the uprising? Why don't you simply call your guards to deal with the uprising? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm bodyguarding this girl, I'm not going nowhere. Someone else can take care of that. That's probably one of those executives departments to take care of that. I mean, come on now. You have a whole bunch of executives. There's Derringer, whatever his name is. He still has unfinished business. He is a fresh fighter. Just send him down there. I mean, come on now. He beat up Bellamy. And I mean, Treble, he went down there. Turns out there was no freaking fight going on. Maybe a couple little occasions, but there was like nothing serious going on here. And he was still down there. The dwarves had all confronted Sugar, telling her that they was gonna knock her out, and she was like, "Oh, really?" And so one of them got deceived by her lies, and then it was like, and you can't get deceived. And then they all tried to attack her, and she was like, "You think I'm weak?" And she just simply did something with her hands. I'm not sure whether she turned the dwarves into flies. I don't know if she turned the dwarves into teddy bears, but I think she did, because I mean, someone was flying at her. But these teddy bear soldier thingies pop out of nowhere, holding swords and guns and stuff, and she has them attack the dwarves. And I think so. It's like toy dwarf on dwarf violence here, and I'm just like, dang, that girl gets props. That girl literally gets props. I thought she was gonna be crapping her pants in a corner, begging them not to knock her out or something like that. But no, this girl actually possesses some fighting skill. I mean, it just makes you wonder, like, damn. Like, obviously, these people are a lot stronger than I thought. I mean, some of them. Treble is tremendously stronger than I thought. I didn't think a flick from his finger had that much destructive power. Sugar, I didn't think she was gonna be able to handle herself when the dwarves came. So she automatically called Trevor back, and like so basically Trevor, he didn't hear anything. Robin was trying to get him deeper away. Then he found out that he was tricked. Robin tried to run away. He landed on Robin and all of that, and he's trying to get back to Sugar. I'm like, nah, it's too late, man. You done failed your job as a bodyguard. She has to fight for herself now. Like, you better get back there immediately. But I don't think Robin can do much to him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's sticky, so it's kind of I don't know. I want to see how they might fight it off, but he probably needs to get the Sugar way more importantly than fighting Robin, because he can fight her some other time. Sugar, maximum priority. If she gets knocked out, his freaking life, his head will be on Doflamingo's freaking platter here. Doflamingo's already got enough crap to deal with. He has the Admiral trying to get rid of the Shichibukai. He has Lucy, not even Luffy, fighting in the Coliseum, literally doing an impressive job. He has Luffy fighting Pika in the Royal Palace, closer than he actually thought. There's little revolts going all around and stuff. He has so much to deal with, and I'm like, one failure screws up the whole thing. If Pika gets beaten, which he will, eventually he will get beaten. I want to see how that fight is going. Once Pika gets beaten, Doflamingo going to have to fight Luffy and Zoro. And Viola, or whatever her name is, which is very. I want to see how that fight is going to go. I think the Admiral is going to help him though, so it's like might be Zoro versus Admiral Isho rematch or something. It's going to be a lot to go down. I'm still wondering who's going to win that final block. This is Kuro Inu out. Like, comment, subscribe.